All right, we're here at Animal Kingdom for Travel Agent Appreciation Month today. Gonna go check out the lounge just for us travel agents, which will be a lot of fun. And see what else is new in the park. Gonna go ride Dinosaur, maybe for the very last time. We'll see, and see what else we can do here.
Yes, as a travel agent, sometimes Disney does send us some perks, and in May they were offering a free ticket to Animal Kingdom, which was great because I already was planning on coming to Orlando for the Epic Universe opening. If you haven't seen those videos yet, check them out on the channel. I'll put a link down below. But I was able to make it here by basically rope drop, wasn't staying on property, so I did have to wait a bit with the regular folks and wait until the 8 a.m. opening, which was no big deal. It was cool to check out the Oasis, which is usually just kind of a quick walkthrough for me, but it was really fun just to see all the different theming. It's such a beautiful park. There are a lot of construction projects going on here, mainly in the Dinoland USA area, changing it to Tropical Americas with a new Encanto ride and an Indiana Jones ride, which should be a lot of fun, though I will miss Dinosaur. So this was a bit of a farewell tour for me. Not sure if I'm going to make it back before Dinosaur closes for good. But a little before 8 a.m., they dropped the rope for us, and we were able to start walking towards the Tree of Life. I think one of the best symbols of any theme park in the world. It was home to one of my favorite attractions Disney ever did, It's Tough to Be a Bug, but that's now gone as well, and later this year in 2025, they'll be opening the new Zootopia Better Zoo Together show, which is another 3D extravaganza.
All right, so they let us in about 5 minutes early, 7:55. So heading over to Everest first.
Now, normally if you're here heading to Animal Kingdom, I recommend getting here as early as possible, using that early entry if you can, and heading over to Pandora. But I did purchase a single lane lightning lane for the day, so I knew that I was going to be able to do that a little bit later. And I wanted to head over to Everest because I knew that there would be no line here at the beginning. I had lightning lanes for the day as well, multi-pass, so I was experimenting with that, seeing how I could utilize all of that to ride the rides that are open, but of course wanted to get a couple of rides in on Everest here, and I just love this queue. You really only see this queue if you are heading in the standby line, so it's always fun to check out the museum with some real climbing artifacts and then some manufactured to sell the illusion of the Yeti. And to me, this is just pure detail and story building, and it's just amazing what Disney does. It's a good reminder as I go to all these different competing theme parks here in Orlando and see all the new latest technological innovations with attractions. It's all a lot of fun, but it's hard to compete with Disney sometimes, in my opinion.
All right, ride number one done. Everest, always a good time. Just a classic. Ride's just awesome. Hopefully they fix the Yeti one day, but now we're off to do Dinosaur. Probably gonna do Dinosaur a couple times today. Don't know when I'll be back here before it closes, so definitely gonna check Dinosaur off the list. A lot of construction going on. They're building the replacement for Dinoland USA now. Encanto coming in a couple years. Then Dinosaur is gonna get rethemed to an Indiana Jones ride, keeping the same ride track and stuff, just theming it differently to Indiana Jones. So excited about all the changes here because Encanto's gonna be a lot of fun, and I love a good boat ride. Sort of the last hint that this used to be a cheap carnival fair theme. There's this little asphalt road leading us to the Dino Institute.
Dinosaur opened with the park in 1998. It opened as Countdown to Extinction, and then a few years later was rethemed a little bit to tie into the Disney movie Dinosaur that no one remembers. That's the character Aladar from the film. He's out there out front. But it is a very thrilling attraction. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great humor. I still think it's absolutely a blast, but unfortunately, they are going to have to retheme it to Indiana Jones to tie into the new theme.
To the age of the dinosaurs. How? That's proprietary. But the result is a...
Next up, I wanted to head over to Avatar Flight of Passage, which I think is one of the best attractions Disney has ever done. I think it's just an incredible time. No matter how many times I do it, I just am amazed every time. And the standby wait was really only about an hour, and I thought that maybe it'd be a little bit shorter than that. I was solo today too, so maybe skip the line a little bit towards the end as they ask for singles to fill in which turned out to be the case. But I wanted to ride this at least twice during my visit to Animal Kingdom, so I was excited by this. The queue itself is incredibly long. It takes at least 10 minutes of just straight walking from the entrance to get to the actual attraction if you're not stopped along the way. Usually there is a line for this. During busier times, this line can get well above 2 hours, and so that single pass Lightning Lane is a good purchase in my opinion for this ride. It is a simulator style attraction, similar to Soarin', so the wait times can get a little bit long as they load those different theaters, but it is a moving line. I feel like they do a really good job of squeezing in every bit of capacity in here. You make your way deep into the jungle and find the research center where you're going to be paired with an avatar to fly aboard a Banshee. It's just an incredible attraction, from the entire queue experience to the pre-shows. And then to the actual attraction itself. So well worth the wait. I do think if you've never waited in this line, it is worth doing because there are things to do in the line on your Disney Play app. It kind of brings along you for the story.
Mine said 50 minutes. It took about 35 to get seated, which was great. Got a single pass Lightning Lane later in the day, so I get to do that again. Skip a lot of the queue. It's a long experience, a lot of pre-show and stuff, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, one of my favorites across all 4 parks. Got our first multi-pass Lightning Lane over here at Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Kilimanjaro Safaris is another opening day attraction. This is sort of the thesis attraction for the entire theme park. The attraction itself is larger than the Magic Kingdom because you're traveling through the savannah, seeing tons of different African animals. The theming on this ride's incredible. It's just a banner attraction here in the park, and it's not to be missed. Definitely do it in the morning because the animals are going to be more active, and it's going to be a little bit cooler. It's a long experience too, which is a lot of fun. You can do some behind-the-scenes excursions that take you through the exhibits themselves. Never done that, but definitely going to check that out one of these days. But they have lots of new baby animals. They have some baby giraffes that we saw. There's a baby elephant that's grown up pretty quickly. So there's a lot of cool new things that if you do visit the park often, there always is something new going on. And the animals are unpredictable, which I think is the best part about this attraction.
A lot of animals out on that one, especially the giraffes. Very active today, pretty fun.
Walking back through Africa, it was now time for me to check out the travel agent event that they had going on all of May of 2025. They have done something like this in the park before, I believe, where they actually welcomed travel agents in and allowed them to get a few free snacks and do some PhotoPass stuff. So I was excited to check it out since I was already here in Orlando, and it's always fun to get something free for all the hard work that we do. Just a note, if you are looking for a travel agent, you can reach out to jacksonjetsetting.com/book, and we can help you with your next Disney vacation. And if you're looking to save money on your next trip, I've partnered with FinanceBuzz, who have chosen the best credit cards from their trusted partners to ensure you're not leaving valuable rewards on the table or paying more for travel than you have to. Visit jacksonjetsetting.com/cards or click the link below to learn more. And what's fun about the travel agent station is they did have some swag, so I got a free Disney pin, a few magnets, luggage tags, things like that, and then a free Mickey bar, which now they're offering to Disney Vacation Club members this whole summer, which is pretty fun. Went ahead and ran over to Dinosaur to do another Lightning Lane. Since it did have a multi-pass, I was able to do all the attractions that I'd already done in the morning, again with little wait. Line was getting a little long for this, which is good to see. People are getting their last rides in. Saw Kevin from Up as I walked through Asia a little bit more, and then headed back to Pandora because they did have that single pass for Avatar Flight of Passage and was able to score a Lightning Lane for the Na'vi River journey. I had a lunch reservation here at Tiffin's, which is the high-end dining here in the park. Had never checked it out. Cool adventure theming here as you walk in. And this is a cool restaurant because it really does try to pull back the curtain a little bit on how the Imagineers created this park. And they have a lot of behind-the-scenes photos on the wall and a pretty good menu. I was located in the safari room for my meal, but there are a few other different themed rooms that you could be seated in, 3 in total. But all the details on the walls are really cool. I think any Disney fan would love this. Plus, the AC is pretty good in here. But I did check out the Grand Gallery after my meal. Just wanted to see what the different themes will look like since I have never actually been inside this restaurant. They also have the Nomad Lounge, so if you don't have a reservation, you can come in and grab a drink. They have a Safari Amber called the Congaloosh, which is themed to the Adventurers Club, which was open in Pleasure Island. And so that's a throwback for the Disney fans that recognize the name. But it's a very good lager. It's very, very delicious. So I do think it's quite refreshing on a hot day like today in Animal Kingdom. But I love all the details in here. So sitting down for my meal, they do have a prefix menu option available to you. So if you wanted a burger and a dessert and a non-alcoholic drink, that might be a good deal for you. I went with the beer and some water, and then wanted to just see where the menu took me. The bread service was really great. That was included in the meal. And then had a salad, which all the leaves were from the Land Pavilion at Epcot, which is really great. And then had the short rib. The short rib was honestly not all that impressive. And the potatoes were good, a little cheesy. And at the end of the meal, they gave me a little postcard, which is fun. So overall, that was basically my day at Animal Kingdom. I did do one ride on Cali River Run, which I normally don't do. Got absolutely soaked, and then headed back to my hotel at the Helios Grand way back over there in Universal Orlando, which I have a full tour up on the channel of.